Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into some TA. Alright guys, so I am going to start off by saying this is going to be a short video. Not much has changed since yesterday's video. We did start the sell-off that we were looking for. But I am just going to point out, before we really dive into things, that this thing doesn't look all too bearish right now. It looks like it kind of wants to run back up. All right, so starting over here, I'm just going to remind everyone where we are. All right, where we potentially are in this cycle. Over here, we're potentially right here. I think we are going to be seeing a move down, and then I think you're going to see a rebound, and that is going to create the sideways action that we spoke about in the weekly update. All right, we thought you went a little higher. We didn't think it went much higher. We thought sellers were going to step in around 518. So far, they have done exactly that. And then we were looking for some sideways action. Why? Because that is exactly what happened last time. And guys, honestly, it would make perfect sense to drive everyone absolutely bananas. All right, where are we going? Where are we going? And then boom, they give you this. All right, they make the bulls think, oh, silly bears. Look at that, break and retest. All right, and then you go up for the lower high. And then you sell off. Okay? That could even happen next week, guys. We have time. Okay? We have time that we're probably going to spend here. So get ready for it. It's not going to happen all at once. Okay? Same thing over here on QQQ. I know there's a crap ton of levels. Don't just disregard all of the levels there. Okay? Right here. 0.786 fib. Now here on the daily time frame, we don't necessarily have the most bearish look. I'm also just not going to call it bullish. All right. You have disgustingly low volume on the day. So yes. All right. Price from the low has came up, I think 0.5%. Yeah, just about 0.5%, guys. They are, they're doing this. Okay. They're doing what makes sense. VIX is sitting down here. VIX has also just filled that gap. Okay. So just something to point out. You filled that gap, you didn't go much lower, and then you reversed off of that. Then you put in a new gap. Are we gonna, we're gonna look at that. You fill that gap, you didn't go much lower. Oh, you filled that gap, didn't go much lower. Right here, gap, you didn't get to it. Regardless, guys, this is what happens when VIX is down here. We want VIX to go up here. Why? Because that brings volatility, all right? It literally is going to be bringing volatility into the market. When VIX is low, don't expect big moves to happen intraday. Just don't. The VIX is low. It is literally the volatility index. You want to see volatility, get this thing a spiking. All right? Get it to stop crushing. But again, I'm going to point out what I pointed out in yesterday's video. The RSI here, the 4-hour RSI, is getting into oversold territory. This is typically where you are going to start seeing it bounce, or you see a really big VIX crush. And guys, we're completely wrong, and this thing's going to continue skyrocketing to new highs. All right, does it want 525? I got absolutely no idea. But I'll tell you right now, if you come back up here and you start dancing around up here and basing up here, then I am going to say, yeah, we're probably going up there, okay? I was wrong. That is how it is sometimes. I can't be right on everything. You can't be right on everything. No one can be right on everything. All right? We have to accept that that is a possibility. It's a scenario that is currently on the table. We got, 2 scenarios here. Well, I guess we got 3. You're going to aggressively sell from here. You're going to do what I just, outlined in the beginning of the video there, where you get that sideways action over the following 2 weeks. Or you're going to go right back up to the highs. It's one or the other. But right here, you're at your line in the sand. Now, this is 518. We told you 519. That is $1 above there. That is enough leeway to say, like, hey, all right, we're probably wrong. QQQ, 441.50 was the one that I was seeing before. But, now it looks like that has changed because I went slightly above there. Okay, now it's close to there. 442.50. That is $1 above the 0.786 fib. That is enough, in my personal opinion, to say, like, hey, we're probably wrong. Okay, the sellers that are trying to sell here are probably wrong. You get up there, you're probably coming all the way up there. So that's that. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, bullish look here, 15-minute time frame. You got the downtrend break. You're respecting your golden pocket on the higher low. And now you're busting up to a new high. Well, you're looking like you want to bust it up to a new high. It doesn't necessarily look all that bearish. If you continue higher, you're going to just watch for that 15-minute bearish divergence. Guys, I don't know if it's going to happen above here. I don't know. Okay? I don't know. What I do know is if you put in a bearish, well, never mind. I do know it would get up here. I don't know, where it comes up here if you get up there. I don't know. Okay? But when you see this thing, that is when you start looking for them sellers. QQQ, you got the same exact thing. You actually had this falling wedge over here, right into the golden pocket, 0.618 fib. Found buyers right off that 0.618 fib. And now you're looking like you want to run it up. Okay, I can't deny, guys, this doesn't look, terrible. But again, we did definitely point out that this is where we're looking for. The upper end of the golden pocket. Price is literally just dancing around here. Now, you do have that disgustingly low volume. This is definitely something to take note of. Your 4-hour RSI is all the way up here. It looks like it could have enough, some more room here. But now let's look at the hourly time frame. If you peek your head up above there, it could be a slight higher high. You're going to have the 1 hour bearish divergence. Okay? Doesn't have to stick. It really does not. But these are just the things that you were paying attention to. Okay? These are what you're watching for. But I also have been very clear. Guys, if you can't, if the sellers can't hold this, you're going up there. You're going to take it out. That's just how the golden pocket works. The whole point of the golden pocket, the opposing side is supposed to step in the golden pocket. If they're not committed to defending it, then they're not going to defend it. They're going to freaking let it go all the way back up. All right? So if this is going to be on the weekly time frame here, if this is going to be a lower high, then yeah, they go defend right here. All right? So like I said, nothing really has changed. Literally nothing. All right? We got the $3.50 sell. I was looking for the $5 to $8 sell. You did not get that. All right? I was at least looking for this level down here to be tested. All right? And I was thinking 511.98 was going to be your next stop after that. That is what I was thinking. As you could see, nope, you had a straight squeeze off of the open, and then you consolidated right here. You were getting ready to bust it up. Okay? I was watching this for too freaking long, guys. Too freaking long. Holy sweet baby Jesus. This thing pissed me off over here. Okay? But I will also say, no. All right? I recovered from an $800 loss literally just throughout this chop. How, guys? Just continued playing these 9 EMA. I flipped from accumulating MES. I got the $1,000 drawdown, like day limit, whatever it is. I got really close and I was like, this is the spot, guys. It's either going to sell here or it's not. So I flipped short. Well, not flipped short. I flipped to NQ. I waited for the thing to start selling down. And then once we got this move, I was like, I think we started taking out over here. I was like, oh, okay, let's go for it. And then literally all throughout this, all right, scalps for days. I don't know. We had to have had like a 15 green streak of just pulling out $50 to $100 scalps out of NQ. I was very happy about it. And then I started to give some back over here, and then I stopped playing it. And then I went on my walk for the day. All right, guys, go get your daily exercise. Now, speaking of exercise, we'll talk about some mental exercise. I'm revisiting a book right now. It's called Atomic Habits. All right, I like listening to audiobooks. I think everybody here is going to benefit from this book. All right, I don't know what kind of person you are, but I guarantee everybody can benefit from listening to this book. You don't even got to read it. You could just go on Audible. All right, pay the $15 a month subscription. Maybe it's $16. You get a credit each month. All right, and you just do it that way. And then you don't have to sit there reading. Boom, boom, boom. You can just put it on your walks. All right, but I think it's a very good listen. So there's that. I think it speaks many facts that are very important that we tend to always forget unless you have crafted yourself in such a manner that you will not, which I guarantee only the top performers, the people who are successful, they have crafted themselves this way. The people who are not, if you're not successful, you just haven't. All right, so go figure out what those successful people do. Go mimic those habits. All right, which that book might give you some insight. All right. Well, there's a bunch of books about them, and there's a bunch. I have like 3 different habit books in my Audible library, but I went and got this one Went and bought it again. All right, back to the charts, though, guys. Back to the charts. IWM. You guys see this arrow? You guys see this? All right, we're pretty close here. Pretty close. Okay. Now again, you started this freaking wicked short squeeze off the open that I just didn't think was going to be the case. You didn't even get your 15-minute RSI into oversold territory like you normally do. All right. You really didn't. Okay, I was expecting we're at least going to be range and we're going to get some you know, clear as day action to play instead of the chop city we got all day. It was insane. Did not enjoy the chop. Well, I just went over how I kind of enjoyed the chop, but the chop really just frustrated me in the end, and I ended up walking away. So there was that. All right, but IWM, guys, you're still just looking for your sellers here in the golden pocket. You did start breaking down. You could see this is right where they are. All right, 0.618 fib. You do not have a bullish divergence here, but you did have the 15-minute RSI still in oversold territory. So I'm not surprised you are getting this bounce, guys, to reset that. And then I think we, you guys, I don't know. I think you potentially have either this loading over here on IWM, or we're just going to have a recovery. We're going to see this 15-minute RSI bounce back up. You're going to see price back up here around 205, 206. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Either just a slight grind lower with how this thing's looking, or we're going to be, yeah, we're going to be recovering there. But that is pretty much it, guys. I don't have too much for you guys today. We have Hood over here with reporting earnings right after the bell. Hood, I do think, has a, I think this has an outlier setup similar to this guy right over here. Okay, right, like literally right over there. Very similar, very similar. All right, so something to keep on your radar is that PLTR. Guys, you're right here at your uptrend. Let's see how this daily candlestick closes, but I like that it's now a doji and not just a, you know, big fat red bar there slicing through it. But I will definitely say you already gave up the 0.786 fib. You've pretty much given up your trend line. You guys could see that pretty clear as day. All right, got sellers there on the hourly time frame. Very clearly, this is the trend line that is being respected. Break and retest. And now it does look like you were going to follow that arrow down. All right, so that is what I'm going to be paying attention to. You're paying attention to the 0.618 fib down here. Okay, that's going to be around 2033. 2033 was the low of this candlestick right here. Okay, that was one of our touch points here on your major long-term uptrend. I just said major long-term uptrend. What the heck does that mean? It's a long-term uptrend. What can be major about the long-term uptrend? It's sometimes, guys. Sometimes I'm a funny. I have a funny way of thinking. All right. Either way, I'm looking for this move down here. This is your buying opportunity right here in this gap. Okay, that's what you're paying attention to over there on PLTR. Carvana, told you guys. All right, we're looking for this thing to keep pulling back. Underneath this level right here, though, the low of this candlestick, 111.45. You have absolutely nothing through here. You're probably going to slice down like butter. All right, so that's something to pay attention to if you really like trading, Mr. Carvana over there. If you are an intraday trader and you're not a swing trader, there's an idea for you. All right, Baba, you did end up back testing the level we pointed out in yesterday's video. Okay, you see that 3-to-1 risk reward ratio right there. I'm not saying this is going to hold. I think you potentially could come down here into the zone. You do have a gap right here, so you could fill that. You got a gap all the way down. You have multiple gaps now that I look at that. It's okay. That is okay. All right. What we're really pointing out is this is the level of interest. You have earnings coming up, and I think a large reaction can happen from literally right here. All right, right where this stock is right now. Break and retest off the top of that inverse head and shoulders pattern. That was your neckline. 7804. This high right here. 7805. Got the level freaking wrong. 7805. Okay, that's where you're paying attention to. And that's what I got for you today. All right, ladies and gents, with that being said, break and retest, Oxy down to new lows, 61.67 incoming. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Everybody have a lovely rest of your day. And SPY's gonna die, maybe, probably trade flat and drive everyone crazy. And peace.